Hey everyone, welcome to Infor Learning. I'm really excited to have you here for the 11th video in my Infor LN technical training series. And if you haven't seen the previous videos yet, I, I highly recommend you checking out them first as they'll help you for better understanding of the today's session. So, in this today's session, we are going to learn about the process of creating the tables in Infor LN. Before we jump into the demo, I'll first explain the basic definition of tables, why we create them, and how they fit into the business flow. And then we'll discuss some important concepts like what is indices, what is references, and how they how the data is going to get separated into master data and transactional data. And finally, I'll show you how you can create the tables in Infor LN and how they are going to stored in this server. Okay, before starting the today's session, I just wanted to request in front of all of you that please do subscribe to my channel and share these videos with someone who might get benefit from this. So let's start the today's session. Coming to the today's agenda. So in this today's session, I'll first explain you the basic definition of what is a table, and then I'm going to explain you what is a table definition in terms of Infor LN. Okay, and how are the tables created, like either they are going to create based on the business flow or randomly we are going to create the tables. So I'm going to explain that part, and then I'm going to explain you some few important definitions of like while like few important concepts while creating a table, like indices, references, what is the difference between indices and references. Then I'm going to explain the difference between master data and transactional data. And finally, I'm going to create a table in Infor LN. Okay. So coming to the first slide, let's what is a table? Let's start a very simple, like think of a table as a container where we store the data in a structured way. If you have ever used Excel, you know that Excel has some rows and columns. Like the columns are like fields, like for example, customer name, address, phone number, and something etc. on that things. And the rows are like the records. So each row stores the details of one customer. So in the same way, in Infor LN, a table is stored the business data. Like example, a customer table stores the customer details, a vendor table stores the supplier details, and a sales order table stores all the sales orders. So tables are the building blocks of ERP. Without table, we can't store or retrieve the business data. Okay, I hope this definition gets clarify your doubts on tables. So moving to the next slide, why tables are important. As I have already told you, the tables are the building blocks of ERP. Without tables, we cannot retrieve or we cannot store all the business data, and without the tables, ERP cannot function. Like tables are the we can say in simple terms, tables are the must, like the base foundation. Okay, without the foundation, you can't lay the buildings. That's the lame example I can give you to understand. Okay, now moving to the next slide. what is a table definition. So this table definition in terms of uh, telling about in terms of Infor LN. In LN, we don't just create a table randomly. So every table has a definition. A table definition is like a blueprint of your table. So it tells the LN that what fields the table has, like for example, customer ID, customer name, city, like each table I'm talking about, and what data type each field should have, like whether it's a number, text, date, like this comes from the domains which we already discussed in the last video. And how LN will search inside the table is like this is going to done using the indices. So a table definition is equal to, we can say that the structure of table is equal to the actual data will comes later when the business uses it. Okay, don't worry about the concept of table definition. I'm just giving a basic definition of like what is a table definition and what it has. Okay, so in the like I'm going to show you in detail about this table definition in the demo part. Okay, don't worry on this thing. Now I'm just moving to the next slide. uh, okay, how the tables are created. So in ERP, we don't just sit and create the tables randomly. The creation of tables always depends upon the business flow and the requirements. Like example, if we can say, like suppose we are designing the procurement process, like you can see here in the right side I've mentioned my diagram. Okay, you can see there, like first we need to, for the procurement flow, first we need to store the details of suppliers, so we create a vendor master table. Next we need to store the purchase order, so we create a purchase order header table and a purchase order lines table. This means like our table design is directly linked to the business flow. That's why before creating a table, we usually design the diagram, which I've already done. Okay, which shows how the tables are going to connect to each other. Like you can see here, my here my my country's table is like connecting here, like in, and it's having 1:n relationship. Like so for one country I can have n number of suppliers. This is what it is defining. And when you see here, we have like the relationship between the suppliers and items is like 1:n. Like one supplier can have multiple items, and we can take the same with uh, the item groups also, and the supplier and purchase order we have the same relationship, like 1:n. Like one supplier can have n number of multiple purchase orders, and one purchase order can have multiple purchase order lines, and one item can have multiple purchase order lines, and one purchase order lines can have multiple receipts. That's what this defines. Okay, and if you want to know more deeper about this diagram, please check out the previous videos. In that videos I have explained in more detail with simple definitions. Okay, so you can check out them. I can provide the link of those videos in the description also. Okay, I'm just moving to the next slide. Okay, coming to indices. Now let's understand these indices is like, imagine you have a phone book, okay, with like 10,000 names. So if you want to find one person, do you flip through each page? No, you use the index like A, B, C and directly jump to that section you needed. So the same way in LN, indices works the same way. Like we have a primary index, like this is the main way to find a record. Like example, we can take like searching a vendor by vendor id, and we have secondary vendor indices, like uh, for like extra shortcuts, like for example searching a vendor by name or city. So without these indices, ln would have to search through each row. So in another way we can say that, like which is like indices is making the system fast and efficient. We can say this in simple way. Okay, I hope this concepts of indices is clear. Okay, moving to the next slide, coming to reference. In real life, data is connected. So that's like I'm talking with a lame example how the data is connected. Like uh, if we take a purchase order table, we'll have a field called vendor ID. So this field is referring to vendor master table. So like this means one table is linked to the other table, and the link in LN is called reference. So in purchase order table, the vendor ID field refers the vendor master table. So this is ensuring that every purchase order is linked to the valid vendor. So reference makes sure that the data is consistent and we don't enter the wrong or missing informations, and it is going to prevent the wrong, like if you enter any invalid data, that then the system won't take if you provide the reference. Okay, don't worry about this. In the coming sessions, I'll show you how this reference is going to work while entering the data. Okay, now I'm moving to the next slide. Now let's see how the tables are categorized. Like in LN, we broadly divides the tables into two types. One, master data table, and the second is transactional data tables. So coming to the first, master data tables. So these stores a stable long-term information. Like example, we can say customers, vendors, items. So they don't change frequently. Like in rare case, or we can say in a simple way, master data is like a data that is never going to change. The that is called master data. Coming to the transactional data, this stores the day-to-day business transactions. So like example, we can take sales orders, purchase orders, production orders. So this keeps increasing as new business transaction happens. So in another way we can say that, like transaction data is the data that changes, like either daily or weekly or monthly. So these data is going to change. In a lame example, if in a lame example, I'm explaining you that you can see in the bottom left, like you can take a master data is like your contacts that is saved in your phone, and your transactional data is nothing but your call history. So both are important, but they have different purpose. Okay, this is all about the theory part. Now I'm going to show you with a practical, in like with a practical how we can create the tables. Okay, so just give me a moment to enter into my applications server. Okay, okay, now I'm in my application server. I'm opening the application, and as I have already told you that creating of tables is completely depends upon the business flow. So first, I'm going to show you how we can navigate to the tables part. Like to the table definitions, how we can navigate. So the same, we have the two ways of like going to the table definition. So first is like I'll show you. The first way is like go to tools, like whatever we are going to develop. So all this development is, as I have already told you, as all this development is comes under the tools part. Okay. Okay, in tools, go to uh, application development. Okay, in this folder, click on this folder, and you can see here uh, we have something called a new folder like domains and tables. Click on that, like just right click on that folder, and you can see here we have a session called table definitions. Okay, just enter. This is one way of entering into the table definition session. Okay, I'm going to show you the other way. The other way is like directly you can go, like click on the at the top we have the menu bar. In the menu bar, just click the run program, and here TTADV 4520 M triple zero. See, directly we can open the session here without like going too much of navigations. Okay, I'm maximizing this session. Okay, this is my overview of the session. Like this is the overview of the table definitions. Okay, you can see here in this session it is currently showing me the in the top, mm, top left side, like in, sorry, in the bottom left side, it is showing me the current package VRC. Like my current package VRC is like IL is my package, and 107U A uh, 4 zeros, this is my uh, package combination. So the VRC is nothing but like clubbing of your package combination plus package is equal to your VRC. Okay, and you can see here at that bottom, at the bottom right side, we have our session code also, like TTADV 4520 M triple zero, and this triple zero is my company. Okay, now I want to change the company. Okay, so in the last video I've told you, so changing a company is completely depends upon. Okay, just a moment. I just wanted to change the company, but yeah, I can directly go here in the options. Okay, if you want to change the company, we have n number of ways. Okay, but I'm showing you the easiest way to navigate. Okay, in the top side you can see here in the option, like you can see here we have something called menu bar. So in menu bar we have like options menu, and in that just click on the change company. Okay, here we you can see here selected company. So it is navigating, like it is referring, like it is referring to the company's master table. As of now here yeah, of I have deleted the company, so that's why I don't have any company. I'm creating a new company. mm, I think we cannot create from here. Let me go to the company's session directly. I'm going from here, TTAAD 1100 M triple zero. Hmm? Yeah. Huh? Here it is showing, but there it is not showing. Why? is the issue. Sorry, I was. Okay, let me do the convert to runtime. Hmm, let me close the application. Uh, Again, I am opening the application. So let me check now. Still, it is not showing me. Hmm, okay, I guess. Okay, I think from where I can give here. Mm, somewhere around here we have something called mm, 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 okay. Okay, let's first complete the today's session, and in the coming video I'll show you this part. Okay, because if I know somewhere around we have to first change the company from the package combination, then only we can change it. Okay, so coming to this table definition. Yeah, here this is your definition session. Okay, the standard session code for this table definition is like TTADV 4520 M000 is the standard session code. Okay, here you can see this is my grid view or overview you can say, and we have here this is your menu bar, and here it is your toolbar. Okay, like with this tools you can directly uh, create a new or copy from the existing one, and you can refresh. Okay, and you can see here the current package. Okay, and as I have already told you, the creation of table combination is completely depends upon the business workflow. So here is my master data, like uh, data model. Okay, so based on this data model I'm going to create my tables. Okay, and as I told you, like based on the day to day part, the data is going to segregate. First I'll segregate my data. Okay, let me take a notepad, and I think I have already provided this data model sheet. Okay, and but I'm but if you don't have this, I'm going to provide check in the description. Okay, and along with that I'm going to provide this notepad also, like whatever the things that I'll cover in the notepad, that thing also I'm going to provide. Just check in the description. Okay, uh, okay, now where we were. Okay, first I'm going to segregate all my tables. Like first I'll write all my tables. Countries, have countries, item group, we have item table, purchase order header, lines. There are still like many things that I need to add, but as of now I'm just like starting with the basic things, like to understand for you, like to understand it very simple way for you, like I'm not making it much complex way, like because first my main motive is like to make things easy for you first, and then later I'm going to increase the functionality of this purchase order, like I'm going to add the warehouse, and I'm going to extend all those things. Okay. Okay, so these all are my tables as of now I'm creating. Okay, as I told you, like we are going to segregate the like tables data based on the workflow. So like I just wanted to know what you got to learn about, like what depend upon the master data and transactional data. So from your point of view, which are the fields that comes in the master data, and which are the fields that comes in the transactional data, uh, just write in the comment sections. I just wanted to check like how much you are going, how much you are understanding from my teaching. I just wanted to know. Okay, but I'm telling you, like here, this countries is I am taking, like this countries table I'm taking as a master data. Okay, and this item group is also I'm taking as a master data. And this items is also I'm taking as master data. Mm, what do you think about this? Just type in the comments. Okay, uh, I'm taking it as transactional data, and for the lines also I'm taking as transactional data. And coming to the receipts, this is also my data. Okay. And if you have any doubt like why I have taken the transactional data, just pin in the comment section. I'll explain you on this thing. Okay. Now you may have a question that like, okay, you're telling that you're taking this thing as a master data and these tables as transactional data. So how we are going to differ in LN? Like how you are going to state these things in LN? So for this thing, what I will do is like, uh, if you remember, while creating the package, we have defined the module something called PUR, something INV, something TRN, something transactional, something like that. If you remember, let me show you that thing. Let me open my application. Now this thing, let me close here. If you remember this, we have created the modules like common, INV, like it's like nothing but my inventory, and the purchase is nothing but my transactional data. Like, so I have already defined the modules. Like modules are nothing but here my common module is nothing but master data, and the PUR, for PUR I am treating it as a transactional data. And for any my warehouse activities, if I add any warehouse table, I'm considering it as a inventory module. I can take it as a master data also, like that is up to me only. Like so, but I'm just taking this thing as like I just wanted to make this separate all my transactions separate related to the warehouse. So that's why I'm making the like making this warehouse as inventory. And when we are making this warehouse as inventory, then we can make this receipts also in inventory module. And inventory module is nothing but a transactional data only. Okay, so now let's move to the main topic. Okay, creation of the tables. First I'll create all the tables here, then I'm going to add the fields later. Okay, first I'm going to create all the tables here, like what how many tables we have: countries, item group, item, warehouse, purchase order header, purchase order lines, and receipts. Okay, I'm going to create all the tables. First, to create a table you can have two ways, like control n is the one way. Okay, when you like when you click on control n, a detail session is going to open. Okay, here in the detail session, like these tables are going to store in my il package. Okay, in my il package, including in this vrc, these tables are going to create. Okay, here I have to specify the module. First I'm taking common, and then you have to specify the table sequence. Like for this, like it is directly navigating to the standard. Like how you are going to specify, like I'm going to specify with 001, and the table name is countries. Countries. Okay, and update any message. Like this is an optional, no need of this thing. Okay, update the reference message, or update the, like delete the reference message, or any related, like if you want to add the relationship like type, like all, if you want to add the relationship as all fields, no relation. If you are like, as of now we can take it as no relationship, because later I'm going to explain on this things, like all fields specified relationship. So on that thing later I'm going to explain. Okay, as of now just click on the no relations. Okay, and click ok. Okay, as you can see here, my table is created here. So when I double click over that uh, table, and another session is opened here, like the this session is ttadv 4520, but this session is ttadv 4520 m100. Okay, here, so in this table, how we are going to add the field is like, when I click here with control n. Okay, first let me close this. First let me create all the tables, then I'm going to add all. First I'll complete all the master tables. Countries is completed. I'm going to add item group. The same, item group is master table 002 group. My second table is also created. Third table, common, module is common, and table is 003, and the table name is items. Okay, coming to the fourth table, uh, as I told you, for warehouse I'm taking it separately. So for warehouse and receipts I'm taking it as separate. So now I'll create the transactional tables. First let me complete this warehouse tables. Okay, inv. So for inventory module I'm taking, for warehouse and receipts and taking inventory module. Now you don't have to like start with 004, okay, because 00123 is common. Now we have started a new model, so we can directly give it as 001 and warehouse. Table name is warehouse. Again new inv 002 receipts. Warehouse is a receipts, you can say it, or receipts, just okay. Okay, I have created the inventory model also. Now I'm going to create the transactional data 0 PUR 001 purchase order header. I'm saving this, and now I'm creating a new purchase order 002 purchase order lines. Okay, I've created two tables here for transactional. Okay, you can see here. Uh, so these all are my master tables, and these two are my inventory. Like you can take these things are as my inventory tables, like related to, and these two are my transactional data. Like this is how I have segregated my data. Like all the master data is going to store in this table, like countries item group, and whenever I wanted to add any other tables in future, I can directly come here and I can add, and like before adding I can segregate the tables based on the workflow, okay, that I can do. Okay, now I'll show you how we can like add the fields. Okay, just double click on this countries table. Okay, I've double click on the countries table. So you can see here, when I have double clicked over the countries table, you can see here for table il is my package, and com is my module, which is going to refer as my master data, and 001 is the sequence of the table number. And you can see here the countries table is the name of the table, and here it is my vrc. Okay, okay, this is my here table definition, indices, and program scripts as well. Okay, first to create a new field, here you have to just click here. Before creating, I'll check what are the fields required in the countries. You can see here country field is required, and here for this country I want a string of 3 data type, which I have already created the domains in domains, the data type. For description, string of 30 is required, and you can see here for additional information this has to be right align and uppercase, that I have already specified in the domains, so no need of doing that thing here. I'm creating a new field called country. For creating a country field, we have some principle here, like creating a field name. You have to give a field name like only 4 digits, like CNTY is my country code. I'm giving the sequence is 1. Okay, in attributes, just avoid as of now, because I'm going to explain about this thing later. As of now, just avoid these things. Okay, come here in the domains part. In the domains, you need to specify your domain. Okay, I am going to specify my package. Sorry, SQ03. So like in the domains, how you can give the domain is like, first you need to specify the package and then you need to specify the domain which you have created. Like you can see here, these all are the domains that we have created. Like in the last video, if you refer the last video, I have already explained you how we can create the domains. Okay, all these domains I've already created, so I'm just taking the domains which I have created. Okay, is there any initial value? So for string of 3 there is nothing initial value. Initial value comes only in for enumerated values. If you have any enumerated value, you need to specify the initial value to the system, that whether if I don't have any, like if whether I have not selected any value, you need to select this as a default value to show. Okay, that thing you have to do. And coming to this label part, here in the label description you need to specify, like you need to give the description of the field. Like here I'm giving, this is my field that I'm going to create. Okay, after giving the after giving the label description, just save here. You can see here, after saving directly, label code is generated here, like including with your package module table number dot your field name. This is how a label code is generated. And I have another field here, like description is there. For description I'm giving the field name as DESC. See, why I'm giving this 4 digits only, because I can give like this, but while I'm while I'm writing the like code, while I'm retrieving the data from this table to that field, it gets difficult for me. So that's why always remember that while defining the fields, just define with 4 characters only. Okay, this is the basic principle. I'll write here, while defining the fields, while defining the table fields, 4 characters are required. Okay, and avoid long naming of field name. Okay, I'm defining this thing, and I'll give this notepad in the description, just you can take from there. Okay, here you can see the system is automatically taking the sequence number and I'm moving to this domains part. IL is my package and ST30 I'm giving for this. Okay, and I'm just defining here the label description as ITTION description. So after saving, you can see it directly a label code is generated. Okay, and one thing you should have to remember this thing. Okay, like if you click on here, that is going to delete your field, but if you click on here, your entire table is going to delete. Okay, so remember this thing. Okay, okay, as of now I have created the table here. Like I have created the table of countries, including that table I have defined the fields here. Okay, now I need to define the indices. Indices is nothing but I just need to define the, like for system I'm telling that this is my primary key. You have to take this thing as primary key. That's what indices is. Okay, now I need to define my primary key. So for my countries, country is my primary key. Okay, So just enter the field name cnty. Okay. If you think that instead of cnty, if I give anything like cntr, the system won't take. So that's why I have told you, like, while defining the field name, it should be in a way that like it should be four characters only, and it should be in such a way that you will easily recognize, like, you while remembering. For you it should be easy, like how I have like entered here without saying. Okay. For this table I have completed the fields, like I have added the field the same way. I'm going to add to all this table, okay, by seeing the data model, item group, and description is required. Okay, I'm going to complete this thing and I'll talk to you after this. Okay, just hold on. This table is for what? Item group, no? Okay. If it is an item group, so it should be like ITGP. I'm saving this. So yeah, what the system is saying that, do you want to take this existing label or you want to create a new? So I'm taking the existing one which I have already created here. So why should I have to take the other one like that? Okay, now I'm going to define the indices. Okay, for this item group, my item group is my primary key. ITGP is my primary key. Okay, I've defined that. I'm saving the indices. Okay, for this I've completed. Moving to next. Okay, coming to this item table, what are the fields are there? Item description. Item is string of 7. Description is there, and item group is there. First, I'll complete the creation of tables, fields, and indices. Okay. After doing that, I'll do the reconvert to runtime, and then I'm going to add the reference part. Okay. Just give me a time on this thing. Item is my first field. As per the data model, I'm just adding here the fields. 07. Like you can see here, it is showing that do you want to take the same label? No, because this is item group, but the current one is like only item, so that's why what I'm doing, a new one, I'm taking a new one here. Sorry, I think it took too many times. Let me click close and click here, item, and it you need to enter item 001. Okay, I've created a new layer, like description, like new label description here, that I'm going to give here. Okay, I've given here, you can see here. Okay, I've saved this thing, like here you can see here I got my label. Okay, then I have something called description and item group. DESC IL E ST30 description. So it is showing that do you want to take? Yeah, I just want to take that only. Save. I'm creating IT item group, and item group is of for the domain for item group is string of 3 IL ST03 item, like, yeah, I want this. I'm saving this record and taking the new record. Next we have something called gross weight net weight DB62. So for gross GRWT, DB62. I'm saving this record and I'm adding new net weight NTWT, net weight, any WT or net weight, something, yeah. IL DB62. Okay, and then packing PACK. Okay, here we have another new field, that is for packing. I'm taking this domain PACK, and it is an enumerated, and we have in that enumerated yes or no value. Okay, as I told you, for this enumerated value we need to define the initial value. So initially I'm giving the packing as no. Okay, okay, I've saved this thing. Okay, next, what is the field then? Supplier, and supplier is a string of 6. SUPP ST06 supplier ID, supplier ID. I'm just going to refer here the supplier ID, not anything, nothing apart from that. Next we have something called price and item text. So PRIC CE DV62 ITTX. So after this item text, we have 3 fields called stock on hand, stock on order, allocated stock. So st stock on stoh, that referring to stock on hand. db8. Okay, think uh, I think I haven't created that db8. So okay, db62 as of now. Later I'm going to change the domain. Okay, stock on hand is completed. Stock on order stooril db62. Allocated stock is nothing but ALOH, allocated SH. db62. Okay, I have I've created all the required fields here. This indices part is pending for this, and I'm going to give the indices here is like item is my primary key for this items table. Okay, coming to the warehouse, I'll create a warehouse ID, WERN ST03 is a string of 3 is warehouse. ID. I've created a new description for that warehouse. BSC SP30. Description I'm giving here. It is taking the existing one only. Okay, I've saved here, and I'm just giving the warehouse ID as primary key and saving this. And now coming to the receipts, I'm creating like the fields for the receipts is like we have something called order number, position, ORNE, order number, ORNE, order number, ORNB, order number, IM, LNGI, long of flight, order number, and we have something called for position byte of 2. So okay, POSN VLTE TE position. Okay, and then we have something called arrival number, AR NB. What is the its byte? Mm, so its arrival number is completed, and then we have item string of 7, IN ST07, okay, I'm saving this. Next we have something called invoice amount, and that is double IN AM IN invoice IV AM invoice amount IV80. Okay, just wait. IV80 IN review 62. Okay, invoice amount is completed, and then we have order quantity, arrived quantity, or order QT, order quantity, BB62, order. Okay, for this I think the order quantity, the ARQT, BB62, arrived quantity I'm giving here, and then we have something called back order, and for back order the same thing, yes or no is there, and arrive date, inspection done or not, and okay, let me add back order BAOD, order OR, BAOR, BA order OR, BA BAOT, back order OD, BAOT. Okay, let it be. So for back order it is back. Initially it is we have to specify the initial value as back order. Yes, I'm giving the initial value. Order, back order, and then I have something called arrive date, ARDT, IN, UTCH, UTCD, date, and we have inspection done. Mhm. Okay, that field is not there, I guess. Yes. Okay, now I need to just add the indices for us as NB. Okay, I have completed for all this and only these two are pending. Let me complete this two and then I'll show you the concept of this reference and then we will end this session. Okay, order number, and then we have something called supplier, Okay, I think I've made a mistake here. You can see here it is a string of 6, but I have given it as a string of 7. Uh, so for this I need to remove here. Here you can see here, delete the table field. I need to just delete here the table field. I'm removing this field. Okay, and again I'm adding supp il st06 is my supplier. Okay, I have completed of adding this supplier. Then I have something called order date and arrival date, ORDT, UTCT, order date, ARDT, AVDT, arrival, ARDT or AVDT. We can give anything, so that is not a big deal. UTCD. Okay, next I have order status and tags, or st is my value and il or st, and initial value I'm specifying. Tax amount and tax amount, net amount and tax gross amount. TXAM, GRAM, DB62, gross amount, NTAM, DB62, net amount, and I think I have only one field here. Yeah, I have completed all fields here. So next I need to give here indices. So first thing I need to give here is like uh, or, okay, and coming to the last table, here we have something for purchase order lines. Okay, so for purchase order lines, what are the fields are pending? Okay, order number, position, item, price, order quantity, discount and amount. order number IL, and I think it is for long of LN08 POS and position. Phone item, and then I have something called price, PRCE IL DB62. Price is completed, and then I have something called uh, order quantity or QT. Order quantity will be in DB62. I think it will be in, let me check. Ordered quantity is in, yeah, double of 62. DISC. I'm coming to this discount. I'm giving this discount will be in byte, like 10%, 12%, 13%. So that thing I'm going to add here. Discount percent I'll add here. Something like, so it will be easy for understanding. Okay, discount after discount amount. Okay, something you'll have your amount. Should have to take two fields or one field. Total amount is something your net amount, and gross amount is something that comes without the, yeah, where an IL DB62. And DB62. Okay. Okay, I have completed the net amount also here. Just pending is this. Okay. Okay, so you can see here as of now what I have done here is like till now. First, I have created all the tables, all the required tables based on my business flow. Okay, so from that, after creating the tables, I have added all the fields from like as per my data model, whatever the fields that I have created, like based on the data model. First, I have created the domains, and then I have created these fields, so that I have created here. Now I'll do the convert to runtime. Okay, you can see here first I'm doing the convert to runtime for my domains tables, reconfig tables. If I add anything, then I have to do this thing. Okay, here I need to specify my package and tables. I'm taking full tables, like I'm giving the full range, entering the convert d, continue. So you can see here reconfiguring. So tables, yeah, successfully the table creation is completed. Let me just close the application uh, once more time, and now again I'm opening the application. Okay, let me maximize this application development. Okay, and here I'm going to domains and tables and table definitions. So you can see here we, okay. Okay, this session I'm ending here only. As I'll continue the next, like doing the reference part and creating these tables in the backend. I'll show you in the second part because this video is becoming so lengthy. So okay, so in this upcoming video, I'll show you how we can give the reference. Okay, that I'm going to show you, uh, and in the upcoming video I'll show you how we create the tables in the backend. Okay, that two parts, and then I'll show you how this tables data is going to store in this server, like in which folder, how this table is going to store. Okay. Okay, so let me just revise whatever the topics we have covered till now is like. First, we have understand the basic definition of what is a table mean and why tables are very important in terms of ERP. Then we have understood the concepts of table definitions. Okay, and then we understood the difference between what is master data and what is a transactional data. Okay, and then I have shown you how we can create the tables in the table definition. Okay, this is the standard session code of table definition is like TTADV 444520 M000 is the standard session code where you can create the tables. Okay, what we have done here is like first we have created the tables, and then we have created all the required fields based on the business, based on the data flow, like based on this data model. Okay, and after that we have given the indices. Okay, indices is nothing but just we are defining, like this is my primary key for here, like you can see here in the data model. If you see here, okay, so in this countries table, country is the primary key. That's why, because you can see here it is highlighted. Okay, okay, so in the description I'm going to give this data model. Okay, thank you for joining the today's session on Infor Learning. I hope this video is helpful for you, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe for not missing the upcoming videos on Infor LN technical training series. So thank you guys.